And then I went from just studying yoga to what I call integrated spirituality, which are different spiritual systems around different spiritual systems. So I studied the basics of most of your major systems. I was born, raised Christian. I mean, you know, not super practicing, but raised Catholic. So I knew Christianity a little bit. I started studying Judeo-Christian mysticism. And I studied kind of the basics of things, Taoism, Buddhism, just to know the basics, you know, here and there, some shamanism, etc. But it was more all about practical experience. And for us, it wasn't like devoting ourselves to one system or believing in it. It was more like, for me, it's all been about real life. So yeah, I would learn Taoism because I need something from Taoism to deal with what I'm dealing with right now. I learned Buddhism because it made sense for this right now, etc., etc. So that's how we approached it. So it was a whole bunch of things like that. So then I had the direct mystical training with deities, then I had the yoga training, the spiritual training, and then the third part was they would throw me back into the world and I'd get a job. And I went to actually good schools, and so at some time I've been a consultant, sold real estate, and yeah, those are the main two things I used to do. And then I did public speaking, and then I would actually teach. Then I would teach this stuff. And so I'd go out and I'd teach this stuff, and I'd be a consultant sometimes, and sell real estate, and then I'd come back. And then sometimes I'd get drawn away again, and I'd be off the map, and I'd disappear. And I'd be back into doing some super mystical stuff. So I was always that guy who, from my family, was out in the world, out and about. I'll disappear for 8 months, nobody will know where I am, what I'm doing, I'll reappear, etc., etc. This is what it was. So this has been going on for nearly a quarter of a century, until now, just recently, coming out in Yoga Barn. I started working here a year and a half. This is the longest I've been in one place. I've been actually traveling. I was an international mystical pilgrim, so I've spent time in 80 places, probably like 23 countries. And it was disconcerting. And I remember talking to God Saraswati. I was in a Mayan village in Guatemala. And I was like, what am I doing here? And I was like, I'm losing my identity. I don't have it. And she said, exactly. This is a false identity. We're going to talk a lot about the ego. And they were saying the fact that we're not allowing your ego to stabilize and to identify with any one thing firmly means that the ego won't have the fortitude to get in the way when we want to speak through you. And the conditioning we are giving your ego is that it's open to truth from wherever it comes. It's adaptable, it's malleable, so it can hear truth from wherever it comes. And it's flexible. It's not stuck on culture or language or any of these other things, religion, race. It's not stuck on that, so I don't get a block there, meaning I don't need things to come in a particular cultural package for me to accept it. My litmus test for anything I accept is if it's true or if it's not true. Period. Because truth I can use, untruth I want to put aside. And so that was a training.